And now just close your eyes and just try to get a sense of a feeling like it was once in the past, but notice how those things have changed. Just try and get a sense of a feeling. Try to get a sense of a feeling of how that has changed now from what it was before to where it is now. If you just try to get it like it was before, but notice the differences. Okay, and then when you've done that, just open your eyes. Bearing in mind that 100%'s up there and 0's down here, gone completely. How much lower down would you say that number is on the scale?
It felt like I was trying to take it back up there, but it was just getting forced down.
Okay, so where would you say that it forced it down to?
Like I didn't really care.
Okay. Well, that's good, because you didn't really care. So if you had to give it a number, where would you say it's forced down to?
10.
10 is lower down there?
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
All right, good. And the thing is, unless you go through that ritual now that you just went through,
Yeah.
to purposely butt the number back up, it will remain at that lower level of 10. So, thank you,
Yeah.
volunteering. You know what it was, we don't really care. It's irrelevant what you were thinking about. I don't mean that offensively, I just mean it's private. This is ideal for doing content free, you don't need to know. Especially good if you do encounter someone who, like, you know, says, oh, I was raped, or, you know. And suddenly they did not have to externalise and verbalise. They say that problem shared is problem halved, but there is certain things where, frankly, I don't want to hear it. Forget them, I don't want to hear it, so I'd sooner it was content free. But also I do genuinely believe that it's better for them to do it content free, because otherwise they would have to relive.
But actually be used as a self-help.
Yeah.
Self-help.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Yeah, you can still, you do the technique on yourself. Now, even though I'm going to tell you something in a minute that's going to seem a bit, oh, for fuck's sake, it will still work on your client, and it would work on yourself, as long as you choose to do it and follow the ritual. It's a ritual. What we're doing is, there are many things you may have heard of. Thought field therapy, TFT. Emotional freedom technique, EFT. There's three-way CER, fast release and trapped emotions with the yawn change energy routine. Stuff's in the members area. These are what they call meridian therapies. The idea being that because acupuncture works so well, but some people are scared of needles maybe, or intrusive stuff, that they came up with the idea that if you tapped or stimulated the pressure point, that it would have the same effect. That's the theory. Let's be honest. Acupuncture is probably one of the most proven alternative medicines to be a complete sham and nothing more than a placebo effect. Probably one of the most studied and proven beyond any reasonable doubt to be a placebo. So the idea that something that's just a placebo anyway is going to be anything other than a placebo when you're tapping is cobblers. But nonetheless, there are people out there who are aware of these things, so getting them to tap has a level of credibility already attached to it, which is one of the key parts of the placebo trigger. All you need to know is two things. Number one, to remember where to get them to tap. So, psychic third eye, centre of the head, because some people have heard of the psychic third eye. That's the base chakra, which actually isn't, it depends who you believe. Some people say the base chakra is down here, okay? Depending on which system you look at. I always just say it's actually kind of around here, but rather than saying it's around there, I say it's just below your belly button. It just sounds good. Winky wanky, oh yeah, your base chakra area. Just below your belly button. Right shoulder, left shoulder, top lip, and then hum happy birthday. We get them to do it 3 times. We do the power of 3. We get them to do it with 2 fingers, not 1, because it seems important, like there must be some reason for doing it. The truth is, this is nothing more than a ritual. It's tap, tap, tap. This is a load of bollocks, 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 bollocks. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. can't believe I'm bloody telling people to do this, and they paid me to do it. Happy birthday to me. And that is how I remember the order to get them to tap. Okay? So, oh, actually, there's another way of remembering it, and that's spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch. You can't believe I'm saying this. And I get them to do it 3 times. It's an important seeming ritual. Some would say those meridian points do something. Fuck off. It tends to bring a bit of a smile to people's faces when they're doing the as you saw. And laughter or smiling releases the feel-good chemicals in the body. Whereas previously, you've just had them, rate their intensity of that memory, for example, and picture it and all this, that, the other. So they've created, we'll just say, negative brain chemicals. It's not a brain chemical lecture, so we don't need, but they've created negative ones, which are the ones that will be created with that connection. We then get them to smile a bit or laugh, and they release the feel-good chemicals, which therefore dissipate the chemicals over here. So you could argue that there's a genuine reason there why the second time round, when you ask them to rate the intensity, it will be different. The other reason it will be different, and there will always be some exceptions to the rule where the person comes out with the exact same number, in which case, look like this happens a lot and it doesn't faze you, and do the tapping again until they lower the number, because they will. And when they've said the number, they've accepted the fact it's gone lower. They're programming their head and saying, that's how I now accept it, that's how it's now become. But we've kind of forced them into giving, and this part of the tapping technique can be used with other things, we've forced them into giving a lower number. Because the first time, when I say close your eyes, get a sense of a feeling of the intensity, excuse me, a sense of a feeling of the intensity. Now open your eyes, look at me, and look at what I do physically. On a scale, I said 100% by mistake, it should have been 0 to 10. On a scale of 0 down here, nothing, all the way up here, number 10, all the way up here being like, pulling your hair out, the worst it's ever been. How high up would you say that number is right now? I mean, I'm as good as telling them to give me a high number. And non-verbally, because I start there and go, noughts down here, there's nothing. Or going all the way up to 10, the top number. That's where the worst it ever was, like pulling your hair out really, really, really bad, and I'm pointing at the invisible 10. They're kind of obliged to give a high number. It doesn't matter what number they give, but the point is they give a number. So reasonably high. You go through the ritual process, then you get them to close their eyes and you say, just try to get a sense of a feeling as he once was. The word try, Emile Kuhn's law of reversed effort, again, popping up, implying that they won't be able to. Plus, of course, we've got the brain chemical release, there's a good reason why they won't be able to. Plus, they'll also still be thinking, that was a bit bloody weird. They've got tapping all over here, and there will be a level of what the flipping out. So that in itself also helps make it very difficult for them to experience it the way they did previously. Then when they open their eyes that time, you go, right, just as we did before, and that's a lie, because we're going to do it the opposite way now, just as we did before. Imagine there's a scale here from 0 to 10. 10's all the way up here, the worst it ever was in the past, implying that it's no longer like that. And all the way down here is 0. That's nothing. It's gone completely. In NLP, they would say that's an embedded command, that bypassing spread, that it's nothing, i.e. there is no problem. It's gone completely, 0. And then how much lower down the scale would you say that number is right now? And I'm pointing down. So all the visuals, the non-verbals, are making them, forcing them to say a lower number. And the moment they say a lower number, they've effectively accepted the fact that a change has taken place. And when they say that to themselves, then a change has taken place. And you could carry on tapping and lower the number more and more and more.
And they want the change to take place.
Pardon?
And they want a change to take place.
Well, yeah, well, if they're coming to you asking to do it, then they want to as well, so they've got a motivation, yeah, which is going to make it even more likely to be beneficial.
Especially with a headache, because I've done it with people with a headache, EFT, and takes it 100%, takes the headaches away. Migraines, massive migraines, away.
And
Never fails.
it will work for headaches, if people believe that it will. But obviously headaches, again, can be a sign of something worse.
I know what
Yeah.
it was a migraine, I know the
Well, cravings, you know, what it could be is craving for chocolate, right? Okay, think, oh, I really want chocolate, it's a 10 on the scale. Tap, tap, go through this ritual, and the craving goes. Certainly it has when I've done it on radio shows. Get a big chocolate bar, stick it under the nose. Do you want that? Yeah. Do the tapping. Do you want the chocolate bar now? Once they said the number's gone down, and they'll say no. They're kind of obliged to anyway. Otherwise, for some reason we talked about yesterday, otherwise they're going to end up themselves looking a bit silly. So yeah, quick, no more than 15 minutes, looking at this watch, break please, because then, well, all of us in the room, every one of you, whether you've got a phobia or not, it doesn't matter. So I mean, by participating in the fast phobia cure, you will then far better understand how to use it on other people. So toilet, cigarette, drinks, back in here in 15 minutes please.